Well, here we are, Nev, at one of our favourite venues, the Chrome Bumpers show.
The last of the Chrome Bumpers, yeah. It used to be the Coral Inn last of the Chrome Bumper bars, but now it's held here at Lardner Park, but it's been here for 2 or 3 years now. But we were here 2 years ago filming and talking about our great Aussie Holden.
Oh, we were indeed. We really polished off the Holdens that time, and today we're going different, aren't we? And well, what better place to start than in front of a couple of flash-looking Valiants?
Yeah, well, they were one of our working man's cars, and we're eventually going to look at a few Fords, which was another working man's car in Australia.
And now, what kind of Valiant is this one behind us?
This is the S model Valiant, which was about 1961 or 2, and they were fairly popular here, made in South Australia.
And what about that red one next door? That's a pretty groovy looking thing. I love the fins. They look fairly similar.
Yeah, they do too, but this is the R model, which started in America, but they brought them here. They're an imported one, but exactly the same as the S, only with a different few lines on it, like the tail lights and things like that. And plus it had a cover in the boot of it for the spare wheel.
They look to me like if you hit a real wet Gippsland winter, it looks to me like they'd just about float, don't you reckon?
Well, they could do that, but they didn't use them for floating. But no, they were a popular car. The Valiants were a popular car, a bit like Holden and Falcons, but they certainly were a good car.
Now, what's with that round circle on the boot? I've seen a Valiant where they stick right out and you put the spare tyre, but that sort of looks like a fake tyre holder.
It's an imitation. Yeah, the tyre doesn't really go in that boot. It sat down in the tub of it, down the bottom, but that is actually just show for show. Yeah.
Well, it works. It looks pretty showy to me.
Yeah, no, the Americans did love showing wheels in the boots, like especially the Chrysler Corporation, because it was in the big Plymouths and DeSotos and Dodges as well. Is that
another one the same?
Yeah, another R model.
Well, now the Valiant is a Yank tank, is it?
Originally it is an American, but it came here and got built in South Australia in later years.
Oh, well, that's good. We can claim them.
Yeah, that's right.
You like this white one here. What do you like about it?
Oh, well, they were the new look Valiant. They didn't come straight after the S model, but there was one or two before this one came. But these are about a 66-7 model Valiant. A lot of them did have V8s, like this one here has. Very popular motor car here in Australia. There was that VC Valiant, they called them. But even to look at them, they got a good design, good body lines, a whole lot.
It's certainly very clean, Nev.
It is, it's clean, but somebody's pride and joy, isn't it, really, when you look at it?
Absolutely. I don't reckon there's a speck on it. Yeah. Geez, it looks pretty good in there, Nev. It's immaculate inside,
You're
too.
Not wrong there, yeah, nice vinyl bucket seats. Yeah, that was a part of the deal, I suppose, in them days. It's.
Geez, will you look in there, Nev? That's just schmicko.
It is, you're not wrong there. Just have a look at that little 318 Chrysler V8, eh? That's, and they had plenty of power for the day. But that is pretty schmick, isn't it? Eh? Beautiful.
Can't see a drop of oil anywhere, nor a smudge of smoke.
No, that's right. No, he's got her looking pretty good, isn't he? Eh?
Well, this thing's a bit iffy, I'd say. What is it?
Oh, it does take your eye, though, doesn't it? It's a bit of English machinery here. It's about a 48, 49 Bedford, and.
Pommy.
A pommy piece of metal, yeah, and somebody's gone to the trouble of renewing it and restoring it, haven't they? Lovely.
I'll say it. It rather hurts my eyes a bit.
It does. It grabs your attention, all right, but it must have cost a fortune for him to do a job like this.
Geez, it's even got its own matching Effie, Nev.
It has, hasn't it, eh? Isn't it a real beauty, that is for touring around, isn't it, eh?
Well, let's go and see what else we can find, Nev, eh?
All right then, Christine.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, this is a nice bit of machinery, Nev.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's about a 62 Fairlane. It's an American import, 2-door. In my books, these were one of the nicest little compact Fairlanes that was ever brought to Australia. But we never bought many 2-doors here, but this is a particularly good one, and it's in very good condition, isn't it?
Well, I thought there was something Aussie about Fords.
Well, we made Fords here from early days, but they originated from America,
Good-o. Now, this one here's caught your eye, Nev, but I have to say I don't really go for this look.
No, but they were the early look, the A model stuff and the B model stuff.
Ford,
and a lot of this stuff was made here. I think it was in Geelong. They made these utes and things like that.
looks like something out of Toyland, Nev.
It does too, doesn't it? But that was our early commercial vehicle, was the Ford utes that got around. The farmers bought them, and yeah.
Oh, well. But I know we're here looking at other Fords and the like, Nev, but I tell you what, my eye keeps getting taken by that good old Aussie icon. The Holden. I can't get my eyes off them, Nev. It's just built into me somehow.
Yeah, no, you was born and bred with them, I suppose, and you just fell in love with them as a young person, and you still love them.
Absolutely. Now, you like this one, Nev? What is it?
This is a Ford Falcon, and they belong to the Australian manufactured cars for the working man, the Falcon. But this is particular one of my favourites. It's a two-door hardtop 1950, 65, 66 models, and I reckon for body design and for looks in that era was one of the best.
Pretty special, you reckon?
And I see this one there. The young boys get hold of them and they fit big V8s to them, but they really didn't have V8s in them here. They only had 6 cylinders, like 170s and 170 Pursuits, and I think they had a 200 in some of them, but that's about all the Aussies had in them. But today the boys do fit V8s in them and give them a bit more power and go a bit quicker.
Your eye was drawn to this machine. It's pretty long.
Yeah, no, it's an Aussie-built Falcon ute and an XT model, which is around about the 68. They were a very good workhorse for just the tradies or any farmers and all. They were a good seller and they were very popular.
It'd be a bit of a gas guzzler, I'd say, Nev.
Oh, no, they weren't too bad. They had the 200 6-cylinder in them, and some of them had V8s, but they cruised pretty good. I think they were more economical than a Holden.
You'd never roll a thing going round a corner because they're so long.
They're long and wide and sleek. Gee, they were popular. Even today, you know, this is bloody nearly 40 years on, they are still a good-looking ute.
There's very clean lines on that boot. There's nothing there. No chrome, no nothing.
No, they didn't have a lot of chrome on them around the back, the Falcon utes. But this one, the rubber bumpers are missing on it. A lot of the young blokes do remove that and just make them just standard-looking things around them.
Well, now this thing next to it, the Monaro. Now, were there a whole lot of different Monaros? Or
yes, there was a lot of Monaros. They started in about 67, I think. This is probably about a 69, 70 model at HT or G1.
Well, the Monaro just to me says Aussie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, they say it's an Aboriginal word, Monaro, but they're definitely Aussie. And by gee, they were a good selling car in their days, but they're still worth a lot of money today.
I reckon the coppers used to get around in Monaros, didn't they?
Not round in the 60s, because when I was growing up as a boy in Dandenong, they mainly used the Studebakers and Falcons. You never seen many Monaros in the police force.
Nice looking Holden in front of it, Nev.
It is too, yeah. The EK, you used to own an EK. And
I did.
And I know you used to idolise that EK.
I did.
Yeah, and probably sorry for selling it.
I am.
Yeah.
And what the hell's this red and white thing, Nev?
It's an American Chrysler, probably in the 60s, you know, probably around about 62. But Chrysler built a lot of different cars. They built the DeSoto, the Plymouth, and Chrysler, and this probably belonged to the Chrysler Royal side of it, but gee, they were a big car.
I'd say it's longer than a tall story, Nev.
Yeah, well, when you have a look at the boot on it, I reckon you could put a double mattress in it. Yeah, and
about
enjoy your sleep.
Half a dozen dead bodies, perhaps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, you could have used them as a funeral car.
Now, what about this dear thing next to us?
We know you like the Holdens, and then they are an icon to this country with the old FJ Holden utes. Yeah.
Yep, righto. Well, we better keep on looking for what the rest of our Aussie stuff, hadn't we?
Most farmers had these old Aussie Holden utes.
Now, Studebaker never. That thing takes my eye, and I am fond of a Studebaker, but are we talking Aussie stuff or Yankee stuff?
Really, no, they're American, the Studebakers. Yeah, that's the Hawk model, which would have been around about 60, 61, 2, 3. But that'd have a little V8 in that, but they weren't a real popular motor car, but they went all right.
Sweet little machine. I wouldn't mind one of those. Look at those lovely shark fins on the back, eh?
Yeah, that was American were right into the fins in the 60s, late 50s into the early 60s. They did love their fins.
And look, there's a bit more Yankee tank.
Yeah, Chevy Bel Air, which is an American two-door, which would be rare here in Australia. But I reckon they were a nice little thing, the 54 Chevs.
Now, the Chev became a Chrysler, did it, or the other way around?
No. Chev never ever became Chrysler, and Chrysler never became Chev.
Oh, okay.
They were all separate. Ford, Chev, Chrysler, it was all separate. But they were the three main manufacturers of vehicles in America for many years.
And Chrysler became Valiant.
Yeah, well, Valiant was a part of Chrysler. Yeah, that's right. Valiant were part of Chrysler.
So Chrysler was Yank.
Yeah, Chrysler was actually American. Yeah.
Bit of chrome on the front of this, Nev.
Oh, very heavily chromed, that 53 Chev, and but the Americans love the chrome around the grill. Well, they call it bloody stainless steel over there, but
stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
What's that big black thing? That's ugly.
That'll be a Chev. Yeah, no, the Chevy Ute. Yeah, no, they're popular. The 10s, C10s. Yeah, no, they came here by quite big amounts, but no, they're even still popular, those C10s.
Well, just for a bit of a change of pace, Nev, this old beaten up, sort of dull, shabby-looking Cortina is sort of right up my alley.
Well, it is. You could almost say this is very original from new. It hasn't had a lot of TLC, but being in its original condition, they seem to be worth a lot of money.
Where were these made?
They were English. Cortinas were English.
How old would this machine be?
Oh, this would be around 65, 66.
Well, that's old enough.
Yeah, it'd be either a 240 or a 440, but I see it's got a GT sign on it. So that must be, I don't know what the GT means, galvanised tin or something.
Maybe.
Or get tough or something, but yeah, they've added that little GT thing to make them sound good.
Get tough sounds good to me, Nev.
In England, Cortinas were a very good selling popular car, and they did race nearly all the models over there and had plenty of success with that cars.
What, they used them for racing cars?
Rally racing cars, track cars, and they tell you what, they did win a lot of races.
Well, I reckon that thing there would hike.
Yeah, well, they used to hike. They were even good here in the 60s. I remember Jim McEwen had them here, and they were racing minis and all that, and the Cortinas were good here too as well.
Probably leave an old Holden for dead, I'd say, on these roads.
They would. They'd leave the Holdens for deads and the Falcons because they were a much better manoeuvrable car, but no, they had a lot of success with them, especially in England.
Your eye's been drawn to this little machine. I must say mine is too, Nev.
Yeah, it's only because years ago, back in the 50s, the brother had one of these, and
what is it?
It's a Morris Minor convertible. It's a what they call a low light, but it's 49 model. 49. They did run into 50s, but they had a little 8 horsepower motor in it. But they tell me this one's been souped up with a twin overhead cam bloody Toyota, so it would have plenty of sting.
Would that be an original colour, or that's someone's popular choice?
They were blue, but I don't think they were that colour blue. Mainly they were green, grey, and blues, and they did have a black one.
And that might be another Cortina next to it, is it?
No, that's a Tirana.
That's a Tirana. Wrong again.
It belonged to the Holdens. They were built in Dandenong, the Tirana.
Oh, yep, there we go. Back to that word again, Holden.
Yeah, that's right. And Holdens, they think they've only been going since in the late 40s, but Holdens probably go back into the late 1800s actually, because they used to make coaches. Coach for people with horse-drawn stuff and all that.
And saddles.
And all that, yeah. They made leather work and all that sort of thing. So Holden's been around for a long time.
Groovy. Well, the old humble bug's a bit hard to go past, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, they in the early days here and right up to when they finished the Beetle look, they were really popular.
Now, what the hell's that dirty, great big long thing right next to it? I mean, now that's longer than my arm.
Yeah, well, that's right. That could be any American car, you know, like Chrysler or something like that, or bloody anything. I don't think it's GM products, but anything like that in the Ford. But could be Lincoln or anything.
A big Yank tank, that's what we call it.
Big Yankee tank, that's it. Big petrol guzzling Yankee tank. Yeah, but the Volkswagen, I must admit, they did sell heaps of them here in this country, and they were popular.
They were good.
They were, yeah, and they were a working man's car in Germany, and I think a lot of working men had them here too in Australia as well.
And what's this big two-tone blue thing? That's a nice looker.
That's Kaiser Manhattan. Very rare here. I'd say this is a recent import, but I don't say it's a pretty car, but
I think it is.
Do you think it's, well, it's pretty, I suppose
big.
It's pretty big and it's different, isn't it? Couldn't put it on the same lines as a good Ford, Chev or Chrysler.
But it does look a little bit like a massive Holden, you know, an enlarged, elongated FJ perhaps.
FJ Holden. Well, you could say that around the hood and around the front guards and things like that, and the bonnet. Yeah, you could say that. It's an enlarged old model Holden. It was a Chev, that. Yeah, Caramella. Caprice. Yeah, Chev.
It's bloody long, all right.
Yeah.
Now, that's a pretty colour, that one. That's a nice looking car. It's pretty long. Yeah. What is it?
The Chevy. Yeah, 56 Chev. Beautiful car they were, but yeah, another American motor car.
Oh, I see what that is. That's a DeSoto.
DeSoto, yeah, about a 6'8" DeSoto. But this is a rare one. It's a two-door coupe one, and this has been around quite a while because I've seen it at different shows. But,
yeah, and I like the fact that there's a couple of chips on its paint. You wouldn't be afraid to drive it, would you?
No, that's right. It's in pretty original condition.
It looks like a little bit of a Holden relative, that snub nose in the front.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does.
But it's Yankee, isn't it?
It's an American thing, yeah, but quite a nice car in their day, these things. They were very popular here, especially we never had the coupes here. These are imports.
Anyway, just because it was made in America, we won't hold that against it, will we?
No. Well, that's where it all really started for the cars.
And now out of the corner of my eye here, I can see another Ford, Nev. Can you?
Yeah, another Ford, yeah. It says it's a 68 tractor. It'd be probably either a 3-cylinder or 4, but American design, but they're made here.
Hey, that's a good old working man's vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. A farm worker it is, and it looks like it's got a baler to match. Because I didn't know they made Ford balers, but Fords didn't make balers as well.
Well, there you go. Hey, how about this, Nev? Now, that takes my eye.
Yeah, about a 50 model Buick 8. Another big American car. Probably have a straight 8 in it too, which would be a straight 8. But it does look nice, doesn't it?
I call that a little ripper.
You know, I like the two-piece windscreens in them early cars because they really look good, I think.
Oh, well, you only got half the cost if you break one.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Well, Nev, I just can't go past this. It's got to be an EK, doesn't it?
Exactly right. You know your EKs.
EK special and station wagon to boot.
It is.
I think they're a bit not terribly common.
No, they were bloody very popular, the old EK wagons. Yeah, no, they sold a lot of them, Holdens.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, now, Nev, I'd call this a silver monstrosity. What would you call it?
It's, another big piece of machinery from America. You know, I call them junk, but they were the most popular car in America in the old days, the Cadillac. And I think this is about a 59, 56 or something. They weren't popular here, but in America they probably were popular.
Yeah, me and my pink Cadillac. That sounds right, like a song.
Yeah, that's right. Elvis Presley used to have the Cadillacs, and he had a pink Cadillac, around about a 56 model or 57 or whatever it is.
Groove on, and a nice little dainty Valiant next door.
Yeah, but I like the next one up, the convertible red 30 model, about a 29, 30 model.
Oh, the thing with the black mudguards?
Black mudguards, yeah, being another Cadillac.
Is it really a Cadillac?
Cadillac Roadster.
I reckon it looks pretty dumpy myself. I'm not too keen on that look.
Oh yeah, but in the 30s, you know, you had your Duesenbergs and your bloody Cords and your Aubins and all that, and you had the Cadillacs. They were all up there, the top of the range in America.
Well, I can see that blue thing on next to it's got a Chevrolet sign on its bonnet.
It's a Chevy. These 30 models, they had to keep up with Al Capone and his bloody getaway cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You can't leave them alone, can you? Eh? The Aussie icon, eh? FJ Ute. Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head there, Nev. Yeah. No, but I thought this would be a nice place to wind up. And have you enjoyed yourself today?
I have, and it's been very good. Since it's moved up here from Coral Inn, it's got bigger and better and more exhibits and all that sort of thing. But it's very popular, you know, so they get a full house every year now. But no, it's a very popular venue, the Coral Inn last of the Chrome Bumper Bars.
You got your tongue around that all right, did you?
It's a tongue twister, isn't it, that the Coral Inn Bumpers thing?
Well, I reckon outside of the Holden, because I can't count them now, not today, but I reckon my favourite set of wheels would have been that Cortina.
Cortina, yeah, the English Cortina, which, they sold plenty of them. They were a good motor car, especially in England. And as I said before, they used to race a lot of them and win a lot of races.
And a good old down-to-earth car just like you and me, Nev, eh?
Yeah, down to earth, yeah, that's right.
Well, I'd say that'd be about over and out, wouldn't you?
Over and out, and we'll catch you next time somewhere in the great outdoors.
Most definitely.
I see it's got a GT sign on it. I don't know what the GT means, galvanised tin or something.
Maybe.
Or Get Tough or something. But
Get Tough sounds good to me, Nev.
That's right.